Good Tuesday morning. It's meteorologist Brad Panovich. We do have our first snow reports coming in from South Carolina, but I'll show you first the overall system. You can see our upper level system is still moving in from the west, while our surface low is beginning to crank up in a big shield of mostly rain. But what's happening is we go in closer. As the heavier precipitation begins to fall, we're starting to see a little bit of a mix with some snow. The first snowfall report we got was down here in Fort Lawn, South Carolina, which is in Chester County. We had some rain mixed with snow coming in. This is just to the west of Lancaster where the temperature is 39. And it's really these heavier areas of precipitation which is dragging the cold air down from aloft, and it's also what we call wet bulbing. It's causing evaporative cooling, which is causing the temperature to fall below the critical point of about 38, 37 degrees at the surface, but just above our heads, it's just cold enough. So basically, the ground temperature is never going to get to freezing, but what's going to happen is we're going to see temperatures aloft get below freezing. Just to show you, this is the radar. The radar is not depicting snow, but when I look at the what we call the CC, which is the correlation coefficient, what you're looking at here is basically where we see different size droplets or particles in the atmosphere. The more purplish color, everything's the same. It's usually rain. But where you're starting to see this line right here and right where we got our first snow report, this is where the mixing is occurring. So in here, we're getting wet snowflakes mixing in, at least where the radar beam is, which is up there right about here, the radar beam. Let me look real quickly at the radar. The radar beam right here is at about 6,000 feet. So it looks like the freezing level is dropping to about 35 to 4,000 feet here, and we're starting to see that mix in with snow across Chester County and maybe Lancaster County here shortly. So let's look at some radar data here going into the future. I'm going to turn off the current radar, and we'll look at future radar, and we'll see how this progresses to the northeast. And if you notice, this is right around 8 a.m. The indication is there's going to be a band of snow somewhere in here, and you see the blue showing up, and the radar, the futurecast model's probably having a tough time with this setup, but you can kind of see where that heavy band sets up just south and east of Charlotte. So this is going to be a situation through about 9, 10, 11 a.m. where the heaviest snow band, I think, is actually going to be just to the south and east of I-85, which is something you don't hear me say very often in the wintertime, but this is a unique setup. And then you can see by noon, there's actually still some lingering snow in Union County, out towards Stanley, Montgomery, down into Anson County, and then it moves out pretty quickly. So let's loop that a couple times just to show you how this unfolds. And you'll see that little band. It's not much. This is one time where the further south and east you are, you might have a better chance of seeing some snow this morning. And just looking at the radar real quickly, that looks to be the area where we're getting that heavier band of precipitation. So just a heads up, this is the area we're talking about, just south and east of I-85. So a little change from yesterday. We thought maybe it could shift one way or the other, and it looks like today that shift is actually starting to occur right in this region, right there. This looks to be the area that probably has the highest potential to see some snow today. So send your reports in, tweet them, Facebook them. Instagram them to me, send them any way you can. Again, this won't have any impacts on the roads, by the way. This is just going to be more of a cool kind of novelty thing that we're actually going to see snow falling from the sky today on April 2nd. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.